Hello everybody, welcome back to another game with Zero the Undying. Alright, sound test checks out. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I was playing some Blair Witch. I will get back to that in time. Today we're going to do a little one-off. I'm going to play as far as I can in the next, call it an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe even 2 hours and 15 minutes. And we'll see how far we can get. We're just going to review a bit of Maid of Sker, or Maid of Sker. It's kind of difficult to know how that's meant to be pronounced. So this is a game with gold on Xbox right now. It just came out not too long ago, a number of days ago. Can't give you an exact date, but I'd be willing to bet about the 15th probably. So 15th or 16th possibly, right around 6 days ago. So yeah, it's a horror game. We're in the month of October. It's fast approaching Halloween. I may not even get this video posted before Halloween comes around. Hopefully I will though, and I'll try to prioritize this one so that it can come out for the holiday season, for the scares and for the spoopies. But yeah, so it's available. Games with Gold, Maid of Sker, and it's available on Xbox One. It will also be compatible with Xbox One X, or sorry, Xbox One X and S. I believe it's supposed to also be available on Xbox Series X and Series S, but I may be wrong about that. I was not paying a whole lot of attention. Still, it's a horror style game. It's available free with Gold if you have Xbox Live Gold currently. Maid of Sker is available to you for free. So let's get into this. Let's see what it's like. I'm not a big horror fan guy. Oh, manual save notification. This game uses a manual save feature. Do not turn off your system when you see this save icon. Okay. Ooh, I like the little musical notes down by the loading screen, or the loading indicator, I guess we'll call it that. My throat is a little dry, so I'm going to finish off my water. Ah, a hallway. Language settings. Language sightings. Language sighted on the border. It's coming this way. Language was last sighted heading toward New York City at a speed of 200 nautical miles. Just below the surface. Okay. So we're going to go with English because I am a native English speaker, and I would go with something else, but I don't know enough French to be able to get by, unfortunately. I don't know any Italian or Dutch. I barely know 5 words in Espanol. I don't know any Cyrillic, or just Russian in general. I believe that's Chinese and that's Japanese, but I could be wrong. That I don't even recognize. That looks like Hindi? I don't know. Polski, which I believe is Polish. And this is a lot of languages. Okay, so first thing to point out, for anybody who might not speak English as their first language, there are a ton of language options. So that's part of a review. That's something to take note of. That's a positive note, that there are so many languages available, and it starts you off right at the beginning, giving you the opportunity to pick your language and decide whether you want subtitles on or off. I will be turning them on, and I like to be able to read in case I miss something somebody said. It does bug me a little bit if I am listening to something in a language I don't understand and I'm reading the subtitles. It gets to me. You know, I don't understand what's being said, so when I'm looking at the subtitles, that's the only way I know what's being, talked about on screen. But if I'm listening to English, sometimes, I don't know if I just don't have good ears, but my dad always thought I didn't have good ears, but hey, maybe I don't, because sometimes I'll miss a few words somebody says, and I'll need to look down real quick at the subtitles, like, did he say that oh, no, he said applesauce. I don't know what I thought he was saying, but he said applesauce. Okay. We're going to go ahead and start up with that. Brightness and gamma adjustment. That's good. We've already got a brightness setting right here, right now. It seems a little high. That's very nice. It's got a nice hallway there for you to look down, and you can kind of gauge what's right for your system, for your television, for your setup. I think... Now, to my eyes, that thing on the left was already just barely visible at like 90, 95. But when I turn it down to 80, I'm having a hard time adjusting my eyes to actually seeing it. I can't even hardly tell that it's there, so I'm going to leave it at 90. But I am going to turn it down just a little bit from 100, just because it's just a little too visible at 100%. So just drop it down 10%, no problem. All right, so hopefully, if you've never played Maid of Sker and you're not sure if you want to get Xbox Gold, and you're not sure if the game is worth it, or you saw that it came out and you were like, I wonder how good it is, and you were wondering, man, where can I possibly look to see if this game is worth my time? Hopefully this will be a little something extra to help you make up your mind and decide whether it's right for you, whether it's not. Hopefully it will help you decide whether gold is right for you, and who knows, maybe you don't have an Xbox and you just saw this game on another platform, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's exclusive or not, so maybe you saw it on a PC or PlayStation or something, or maybe even on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know. Any place you might have spotted it, this might be the review to help you decide whether you want to play it or not. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game. Let's get right into it. Now, I would go safe, because I am not much of a horror guy, but it says enemies and damage are completely removed from the game. That's not what I want. That's not the experience I'm feeling for a review. It also says some items are completely unobtainable. Not okay with me. I like a full experience. And some achievements are locked. That's the final nail in the coffin. I like achievements. I like trophies. I like unlocking points. I'm all about them fake internet points. Love them. Let's see. So we're going to go to easy for players who are new to the horror genre and want a more relaxed playing experience. Now, this gives me more health, makes enemies weaker and less aggressive, and also makes ammo and health items more plentiful. That would be a positive. It's nice we've got a good range of difficulties here. What's hard like? Saves are limited, enemies appear earlier and are much stronger, and enemies will pursue you more ruthlessly. That sounds scary, so I think normal might be the one for me. So for those who want a challenging yet balanced horror experience, recommended for most players. Now, I would probably go with easy if I was just trying to play the game, but since I'm doing a review, I want to try and get the normal experience. So this is going to be what I'm going to go for. Enemies are sensitive to sound and are easily alerted. Ammo and health items are scarce but available. Enemies will challenge but not overwhelm you. Now, you don't know me very well, game. I am very easily overwhelmed. I do not thrive under pressure unless I'm taking a test. I don't understand how that is possible, but I used to take time tests in school. I would take orientation tests at jobs. Ace them every time. I have no problems with tests. As long as it's like multiple choice, and I know what my time limit is, I just breeze through them. But for some reason, video games, or even real life, I am super easily overwhelmed. I think it's probably part of the autism. I am autistic, so, it's probably part of that. But I do my best to try and work around it, work against it. I try and build myself up a bit if I can against being overwhelmed all the time. So we're going to go with normal. Normal's our choice. So let's get into it. Nice little rocky beach here. Nice little shoreline, it looks like.
Dearest Thomas.
Pretty train.
These are not words I wish to write. My father has learned of our plans, my love.
Guessing Daddy doesn't
Yet
approve.
There is more. Far worse, that I wish you to understand, but I fear you may believe me taken with madness. My father seeks to use me, as I have come to believe he used my poor mother. He wishes me to sing for him as she did. To become the star attraction that will draw good folk to this accursed spit of land.
Random controller vibration there.
Has led to my confinement here at Sker Hotel.
Scare.
I cannot explain further, but ask that you trust me. I beseech you, to compose a melody for me, a counter to the song contained within this locket of my mother's. I realize this request will seem strange, that your first thought will be to come straight here. But without your composition, all hope of holding back the darkness gathering here will be lost. Your love, always, Elizabeth.
So the voice acting is pretty decent. I like the shadow and the light. As you could see as she was pulling the locket further away from her, it was catching the light, and you could see the way that the light was hitting it, the way the light was filling the room, the dynamic lighting in the rail car. Okay, it's a little spooky. Good atmosphere, good mood setting. I'm good so far. I'm interested. Pretty typical story. Sounds like there's some stuff going on we're not sure of yet. It's a good opener. Pretty typical opener. There's some kind of darkness. I need your help. Please do this thing for me. It's pretty standard. Use the phonograph to save your game. A phonograph. Okay. I'm guessing that's good old Alexander. Was that Alexander Graham Bell? I could be wrong. I believe it was Alexander Graham Bell that created the phonograph. Alright, so this is the first control I have, but I can't do anything except what it wants me to do. Sometimes when I play a video game, I get a little bit oppositional, and I like to tell the game how the game's gonna play. I like when the game gives me control. I don't like being forced into something. So you may notice I like to mess around with the controls a bit before moving on to the next thing. But no big deal. Okay, do I have control now? I have a cursor, but I'm still locked on rails at the moment. Alright, now we're stood up. Now I finally have control. Okay, so it didn't beat me over the head with some linear, cinematic gameplay thing. Lots of very interesting details. You can see the glass on the lights over my head here in this little mini chandelier. The glass has bits of dirt burnt onto the inside, little bits of dust burnt onto the inside. Also, that could just be natural wear and tear on the glass. Then you've got, intricate details on the wood paneling, the rack or shelf up there, the curtains, the little, I think they're called streamers, is what those little flags are called. Kind of blowing in the wind there. Everything seems pretty darn good. A lot of times they'll put their best foot forward in a video game, and once you get later in the game, sometimes some titles will start to fall a bit short. Oh, there's the hallway from the intro. Cool. Can I shut this? Yes, I can. Is there anything I can do with these? No, there is not. Lots of detail, lots of good dynamic lighting, good shadows. I like this so far. Everything stands up to scrutiny when you get super close, too. It doesn't become a horrible pixelated mess, although it doesn't look better up close, but that's okay. That's pretty normal. So far, nothing super surprising. Phonographs. Okay. No map available. Inventory is basically 2 items. Alright, so let's get into the game itself. Still setting mood, still setting atmosphere. Can I open this door? No. That's fine. No big deal. Alright. Is this the Sker Hotel? Or, oh, okay, this is Sker Island. I'm sure the hotel's here somewhere. Now we're going to take a look at this. Grand reopening, Sker Hotel. Special performance by Elizabeth Williams, the new Maid of Sker, daughter of famed singing sensation Prudence Williams. Enjoy the restorative peace and spa waters of Sker Point. 30th October, 1897. So this is pre-1900. This is late 19th century. Very, very interesting. Okay. If I can't remember if the Ford Model T was built in 1901 or 1903, because I wanted to be like, oh, interesting little factoid, this is only 4 years before the creation of the Ford Model T. But then I thought, no, wait, it might have been 1903. I could be off. Oh no. Oh gosh, I don't want to sound stupid. But we're well beyond that now. So, and now we get an idea of relatively where we are, because that is the Irish Sea, and I'm guessing that over there must be like the I want to say the Atlantic Ocean, but I could have sworn there's like an ocean by, what is that, Iceland, Greenland? So the Sker Hotel is very inland, and I don't see a "you are here" anywhere. But if I'm near the coast, which I still could be, hard to say for certain. Sker Station. This is all Sker Island, so yeah, I don't know exactly where I am. That's all right, no big deal. Do something with these books? Pick up a book and read it? No? Okay. Alright, so. I can sprint. Very nice. Yeah, look at that. And it just told me. What do we got here? Sker Point, Sker Hotel. Oh, okay. So anything I need to read, I can look at, and it'll give me a little subtitle at the bottom for it. So it sounds like we might be the guy she wrote the letter to, and that might be why he had the locket. I was expecting to play as the maid herself, but it definitely does not seem like that is the case. That, okie dokie. I'm 100% sure that this gate up here is going to be locked, and we're gonna have to go back to the side path. So let's take a look at this gate. Beware of the dog. Interesting. That's scary. The song coming from behind the gate, it would seem, is similar, if not the same, as the melody from the locket. I do see a little bit of a draw distance issue. I saw some items up here by the stairs just starting to appear as I was running up. Pretty common in a lot of video games these days. Draw distance can be a bit tricky to you know, max out while keeping everything looking nice. We're still... Sorry, one hot second. I've got to find... Is it... Ah, you. Okay. If I had taken the time to look up for like a second. I was like, I hear a ticking. Shmee! Shmee, where are you? I hear a ticking. Okay. Oh, hey, check that out. So it looks like I've only got 5 positions I can play. Did I accidentally trigger a self-playing piano or something? I don't know what I did. I'm a little horrified, not gonna lie. I pushed 3 keys and the whole thing starts playing on its own.
And it was in no small part due to my newfound fame and fortune that we were able to open Sker Hotel and embark on the charitable work which... Mother? Mother! Darling, can't you see I'm recording? What have I told you? Never to interrupt when the door is closed. I'm sorry, Mother. Well, no harm done. I shall record this again later. But while you're here, my darling, why not sing for me? Of course, Mother.
Very nice. Very nice. Incredible quality, considering. Something that was built... Man, when was the first phonograph built? I want to say the 1850s, but I'm sure I'm probably off by at least a decade or 2. Really testing my history knowledge right now. I haven't read a book in too long. But some staff paper there. Some old rolled up canvas, it looks like. Ooh! Nice little overview of a pond here. Very neat looking. Some of these plants way up close get a little choppy. You know how it is. They're polygons, is what it is. These trees, however, look pretty nice until you get straight on with one of their leaves. Everything looks really good in this game so far. I want to move fairly slowly because I know there's supposed to be a dog somewhere, and I don't think I can go back this way. Nope. Pretty linear so far. Let's see. I don't want to move too fast. I know there was mention of a dog. I'd hate to find out that it's not so much a dog as a giant wolf monster. The sounds of nature are very nice and not terribly overwhelming. The background music, especially that piano, is pretty interesting and nice. I don't know what I'm looking at up here, but that is absolutely nuts. Okay. Sure. Whatever. That's normal. Starting to get into a bit of a fantasy aspect here, so it's let's get that open. I thought maybe I saw a dog running off up that way, and I thought, oh, here we go. There's the dog. I'm gonna have to like avoid the dog or something. Stealth tutorial, but no. I guess it just ran off, maybe. All right. Well, if a giant white ball of light can fly off into the sky at Mach 3, I'm pretty confident I can run without attracting too much attention to myself. I guess it depends on... And there's the door from the other side. Perfect. Beware of dog. I'm caution to the wind. I'm gonna chance it. I'm just gonna run. And as I get closer, the singing gets louder. A little bit of motion blur. Quite a bit of motion blur. That actually kind of messes with my eyes. I don't know if that's all going to come through on the stream. Boy, that is kind of hurting my eyes a bit. It looks like the tree fell under this carriage. Oh, and this is even a motorized carriage. Look at that. Or is it? Does it actually have an engine? I don't see a... I see a steering column, but I don't know if there's an engine. In any case, this probably luggage rack on the back there. Yeah. Call me crazy, but I think maybe this carriage came out of the sky like a vampire car, and hit this tree and knocked it over, and has been sitting here ever since. I think that's what happened. I'm even gonna take it one step further. I think this car is a living, breathing vampire that just happens to be made out of car. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Probably not a possibility, but I'm just gonna say it's a possibility, even if it's not, even if I don't really think it is. So I was expecting this to open. That does not seem to be possible, what with nature reclaiming everything. Nature coming in to reclaim the folly of man, so maybe I can open this window? Even if I could, I don't think I'd be able to get in there. Oh, and that's why there's a lever inside for opening the gate. And being the guy that I am, I'm going to check everything that's not where the gate switch is first, just to make sure. Bing bong. Alright, cool. So that's sort of neat. A gate in 1897, which is driven by some kind of mechanism. I would assume it has something to do with, like, electricity. Though I'm not 100% sure. It could be analog. Could be automatic, not automatic, manual. Could just be ropes and pulleys. But in any case, very, very neat. Oh look, grand reopening. 30th October, 1897, yeah. I can't decide if it's the 30th of October, 1897 today in the game, or if maybe that day is still coming up. In any case, we're heading inside. So the phonograph is how you save your game, sort of like the typewriters in Resident Evil. Keep that in mind. Also, it seems like this game is going to have quite a bit to do with music. The musical composition that the young lady was asking of her, I'm assuming, boyfriend. The music coming from the music box, the mother and daughter, both singers. The singing is going to do something, perhaps drawing in the darkness. Hard to say for sure. So one thing I usually have happen to me anytime I play a video game that has light and shadow in the same room is when I look at the shadow, my entire screen will start to brighten up in order to properly display the now dimmed light. But as soon as I look at the light again, the entire screen begins to darken. But this game does not seem to have that problem. Going from looking at complete shadow to looking at bright light does not seem to cause this game any... Oh, that's blood. That's blood. Well, although I do sort of love that the dust in the air and the bright light catching the atmosphere in front of your eyes creates kind of a hazing effect, and it sort of obscures your view. Very similar to when you walk into a building that has like a big overhead window or something like that, like a skylight, and you're looking inside, but the bright light is actually blocking your view. Fairly common. I'm sure most people are familiar with some sort of experience like that. But in any case, it's very neat. They've successfully captured that effect. Definitely adds to the atmosphere. And if you notice, as I got closer and closer here, the singing had gotten louder. Now that I'm inside, it would seem the singing has stopped completely. Go ahead and... It's Thomas. Is that you, Elizabeth?
Thomas! My Thomas! You do not know how wonderful it is to hear your voice.
I'm gonna go with, so about your letter.
I prayed that you received it, hoped that you would come. I know my request must have seemed strange, and I fear it was all for naught, that everything has changed now.
What happened?
I do not have the words or heart to voice it. It is far too terrible to recount.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Please
you could just say
be
demons.
careful, my love. This place is no longer safe.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm safe upstairs, but I cannot leave the attic.
Okay, so
I've
she's
had
in
to
the
lock
attic.
and bar the door, hide away from the others. My father and uncle, the staff, they have been beguiled by the darkness that inhabits this place. They are no longer themselves, but stalk these halls, attacking anyone that makes a sound. Please, Thomas, listen carefully. Together we can put a stop to all of this. My father made recordings on brass cylinders of a song, a strange melody that affects the mind.
Okay.
If all of the cylinders are played together on the harmonium, this madness will end. You need to find them and bring them to me.
All right. Okay, so I was very freaked out for a moment by the movement in the next room there, but it appears to just be a couple of triangular flags hanging from something and just kind of waving around. So not too incredibly horrible. So it sounds like this. It seems this game is most likely going to. Yeah, I probably don't want to ring the bell. Isaac's grand reopening notice or note. Grand reopening dress rehearsal, 22nd of October. Preparation of grand harmonium, hire additional staff, sound checks, stage preparation, print bills and flyers, decorations, bunting, banners, additional chairs, order more bottles of wine, shipment of caviar. So it seems like the only things they weren't able to get done were the sound checks and preparation of the grand harmonium. October 22nd, 1897. Funny, it's October 22nd today as I am playing this. I'm not sure when this will be released. I'll try to get it released later today, if that is possible. I don't do any editing, so this will be a stream in its entirety released on YouTube. So, yeah, it should be possible, assuming that my PC loads up and functions correctly. It does have a lot of internet-related issues. But aside from that, it shouldn't be a problem. Just really, really slow internet on my PC. It's got a Wi-Fi dongle that just doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't seem to catch my signal very well. And so for that reason, man, this is a little bit creepy. It's a good vibe, very good for a horror game at least. But yeah, so I'll get this posted up on YouTube, hopefully today, the 22nd of October, so that the same day as the dress rehearsal, you know, from the note. So that would be interesting. Alright, so we're just going to start exploring the first wing. And I see a phonograph here. So I'm just going to go ahead and save my game.
What in all hells? Is that filthy mongrel inside again?
Father, she still pines is all. She misses...
I'll give it a reason to pine. Come here, you mutt.
Aw, you jerk.
Abraham! Where is that useless brother of mine?
Father, please. Please, she just misses Mother.
Abraham! Abraham! I'll be rid of this dog once and for all.
That guy's a jerk. I don't remember who it was, but I want to say literary artist, but that's not the case. I know he was a writer. I just wish I could remember what his profession was. But in any case, he wrote. He was a writer. And he said in any work of any medium, if you want an enemy to be portrayed as the bad guy, you make him assault or kill a person. But if you want him to be viewed as truly, despicably evil, have him assault or harm an animal. People respond to the death of a human person in a work of of fiction in a medium such as writing or TV or movies.
There?
1 second.
Please help me! Who's there? Who are you?
Some guy. I don't actually know my name. Oh, Thomas, that's right.
Henry. Henry Hughes. You must get me out. Hurry. We must get this door open.
Why did they lock you in there?
Why do you think? They're clearly rogues. They're trying to kidnap me. Please hurry. Do something.
Alright, I will attempt to find a key.
What? No! No, don't leave me! They might return any minute. Oh, do something! I can't break it down from my side.
Stand back, I'll give it a try.
Good. Good. Try again. Harder, man! Throw yourself into it! Wait. No. They're coming. Oh God, please, no! No, don't do this! Whatever you want,
Well, Henry Hughes is gone. So yeah, that's legitimately terrifying. An unseen antagonist that can cause harm, which we do not yet, as the player, fully understand. That's where real fear lies, is in the unknown. If you can see it, you can quantify it. If you can quantify it, it loses its edge. I think that's something somebody said recently. I don't remember who. It's probably watching a streamer. I don't know. In any case, as I was saying, people often view the death of a human person in literary works or in any form of media, movies, TV, video games, with pretty much the same, I don't want to say indifference, but they view it the same way as any other death. But when it's something completely helpless, such as a pet, that relies on you for, food, shelter, love, that strikes people in a way that, I don't know, just it really galvanizes them very heavily. So if you want an antagonist to appear truly evil, have them harm an animal, especially a pet. But yeah, I believe I was watching, maybe it might have actually been one of Markiplier's scary game streams that I might have been watching, and I think he may have mentioned at one point the Huh. I don't know. I don't like this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not a big horror guy, so I'm trying to distract myself with discussions of elements of writing, but and talk of history. At least I have a map now. That's good. Look for cylinders around the hotel. So these are the areas I've been so far. Oh, crud! That's where that guy died. I can use the select button to bring that back up. Or I guess they call it the Windows button. I don't even know. So that's the waiting area. That is the manager's office. That's where they locked him in. I don't like that. I hear noises possibly from outside my house, which are most likely tree limbs or something hitting the side of the house, and it's making me wonder: am I actually hearing that outside my house, or is it in the game? Well, anyway, I found the map, so let me go back in here and save again. Hadn't paid much attention to this picture. Every time I see that bag, it weirds me out. Also, why do the doors shut behind me if I'm not the one shutting them? That also kind of confuses and concerns me slightly. So, I actually do need a key for that door. Okay, I'm pretty sure that sound was in the game. I am not entirely sure. The lighting, the atmosphere, the sounds, the music. It is a very creepy, very suspenseful atmosphere. I dare not touch any buttons until I'm fairly sure of what they do. That's another locked door. Seems the manager's office is going to hold some kind of secret. Oh boy. It's the elevator. I will not take the elevator yet. Weird. I am most definitely hearing some strange sounds. Alright. Could be people walking on the floor above me, or that light. Now the question becomes, is it even a light? Could it be something else, something more sinister? William's Family Bible. Oh, this is... Oh, good, I have a journal now. Fantastic. What's this? Seems that something can be placed in the mouth of the skull. I know nothing about this game, so I'm still not sure if this is one of those things where the enemies are persistent. They move about. They have schedules. They go someplace, do something, come back, respond only to sounds and noises, and otherwise just continue on their path as usual. Or if this is one of those games where when you do something in particular, an enemy will spawn to come after you, I guess. So I'm really just not sure what I'm in for here. That can't be right. I just found the Cerberus cylinder. Interesting. I was assuming that by removing that cylinder, I would have provoked a reaction from whatever the, again, I'm not sure what to call them, enemies, antagonists, creatures of the game. Similar to if I had made a sound, because by creating a lack of sound, I feel like I would have gotten the same reaction from taking the noise away as I would have from creating a sound myself. So now I'm going to save again, another phonograph here. Well, the same phonograph. I don't know what's going on. One moment. Sounds like my wife might need me. I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. there was a very, very large bug in our living room. Had to escort it outside with the quickness. So now back to our weird horror experience. I am tempted to go back and look at the map over there, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be sufficient. So that takes care of the chapel. I know there's the elevator. We have a grand staircase. Looks like there is a whole nother wing on this floor. I could head that direction and take a look, I suppose. There are grinds and squeaks, among other noises. Some of which are unnerving me quite a bit. I feel like this is one of those horror games that, rather than try to jump scare you, they are building suspense, an immense or even overwhelming amount of suspense. Sounds like the music in this game is actually what's guiding me to these cylinders. It's a big fish. It's a big fish. It's adorable. Okay. For some reason the controller keeps vibrating every once in a while. Typically it accompanies a sound like creaking or something. And right now, the creaking is, it's spooking me whenever it happens. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that. Thanks. But no thanks. Looks like a massive pipe organ. I'm assuming that the circles in the front are recesses for depositing the, cylinders I found. I had assumed... Oh. Room what? Oh, resist its song. Thought that said room something. Well, in any case, the grand staircase here I thought was going to lead up to a second floor with like a balcony and everything. Oh, excuse me. Oh, goodness. Big yawn there. Anyway, but yeah, so far it's very impressive atmosphere, very impressive light, graphics and you know, art style all fit very well together for the purpose of creating suspense. As I've mentioned, you can't really feel what I'm feeling in the vibration of the controller, but the vibration is occasionally kicking up at odd moments when I'm walking and I hear a squeak or like a footstep kind of like behind me or off to one side, and at that moment the controller will vibrate accompanying that, and it'll just spook me like that. Like that. It vibrates, I hear squeaks, I freak out a bit. It's a very suspenseful game so far. Very suspenseful atmosphere, very spooky and just unknown. If I were more of a might I don't know. I think the doors will automatically close after a set amount of time has passed once you've walked through them. Because otherwise, it just doesn't make sense that I was standing right here within range, but I did not choose to shut the doors. So yeah, that's adds to the creep factor a little bit. But yeah, it is a little weird. I have yet to be introduced to an antagonist or an enemy or anything like that. So far, the main challenge is in I'm going to call it the assumption. The assumption that I must keep quiet. So far, I've rang bells and sprinted and seen neither hide nor hair. Of anyone or anything. I have only the game's atmosphere to tell me that I should be spooked, and only the explanation and story from the beginning and from the phone call to yeah, I don't know. I guess I should go try the elevator? Seems like... Sounds like somehow another bug, possibly the same one, made its way back into the living room. I'm gonna go deal with that real quick and be right back. I wouldn't be doing this. I got the bug taken care of, by the way. No big deal. But I got the bug taken care of. But I would not be playing this game. If it were me, I can appreciate the game for what it is, but this is not my style. I don't like it. I don't like how it feels. It's incredibly tense. It's got my nerves on edge. I walked out into the living room to take care of the bug, and I like took a deep breath and I relaxed. And I came back in here and sat down for a second. I realized, oh, man, I am tense. All right, let's give that a shot. got so dark. Well, I guess I must have called down the elevator, but I saw no prompt to open the doors. Or even to push the button again. I mean, was that it? Yeah, I don't know. Everything in this game makes some kind of noise. When I walk across the floor, or open a door, or just stand still. There are all sorts of little noises. This game is very clearly based around sound in some way. Nonetheless, conveyance is an issue. I don't know where to go or what to do, so it's left me completely in control of where to go and how to pace my little adventure here. But it also grates at the nerves. Gives you way too much time to think, way too much time to listen, and it's good in that way. It's very good. It allows tension to build. It allows suspense to build. And that, for a horror game, is a very good thing. Very positive for this game. It still scares the crud out of me, and I don't like it, but it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's not for me. It's not my style. It's not my pacing. Usually, if I'm presented with something that's like, oh, this is a thing, don't do this, then I don't do it. You know, it's like, oh, the game says don't make noise. I'm not going to make noise. But there's so many things that make noise. A scratchy elevator, a bell that rings certain rooms to the front desk. Phonographs are how you save the game. There's a ton of noise in the game, and the game led me to believe noise is the enemy. But I'm going to go ahead and make some noise and just stand here and see what happens. Now, I was led to believe sound is the enemy. Sound will get me killed. Sound will end my game. Now, unless there's nobody around, then that just isn't quite true. So I guess there just aren't any enemies or antagonists at the moment. There is nothing to oppose me. There's no obstacle to my moving forward. Except perhaps not knowing where to go. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could just ring all the bells. I could do that. Let's see. Wait, what does the journal say? That just keeps a record of the phonographs. That just keeps a record of the notes I've found. The map only shows the places I have already been. There is a question mark on that. I'm assuming it was like a fuse box, but I'm not sure. That I found on the way to the elevator. At this point, I don't know what I'm up against. I don't know where to go. It doesn't seem like there was anything I could interact with. They presented a truly terrifying concept of an invisible enemy, especially with the guy Henry Hughes, Harry Hughes. The idea that he was right on the other side of the door, and somebody was coming, and they took him out. But they never presented themselves to me. They didn't unlock the door to present a new way forward. Yeah, I feel like there's a small issue of conveyance. I don't know where to go, so I'm a little confused about what my next step should be. But beyond that, so far it's been a pretty excellent game. Everything's on message. Everything follows the theme of horror and suspense. So far, my only gripe is I haven't the slightest idea where I'm supposed to be going, what door to go in, what object to interact with. Yeah, I don't know. Getting tired of walking slowly, though, so I'll probably sprint some. If that attracts someone or something, then, well, so be it. At this point, anything's better than nothing. There's another bell right here. There's just bells everywhere. And yet I've not once been introduced to the concept of an enemy being attracted by the bells. The bells don't take away my sanity or make me lose my mind as some kind of secondary form of losing the game, you know, running out of sanity or something. I guess I'm just not the right guy to be playing this, you know? Let's see, maybe it is a little bit more Resident Evil style. Maybe there's something I'm supposed to see or notice about these. Like, maybe there's a part of it that comes open or comes loose that I'm supposed to look at. Or that I'm supposed to notice. Wait a minute. What was that? A Welsh lullaby. Nothing. I still hear the occasional footsteps. I still don't know what it means. I wish I did. But right now my nerves are frayed. I'm just... I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what I'm meant to do. Or how I'm meant to do it. Maybe something to do with the elevator, maybe something to do with the bells. Maybe something to do with the piano upstairs. Why not? Let's give that a check. Alright, I have 5 keys. Pop open the inventory, go here. And use, but nothing happens. Inspect, back, use, nothing happens. If I knew how to read music a little bit better, I might be able to figure out a tiny bit of... Whoops, that's not what I meant. Meant to inspect. See, that's so weird. I push to the right, and instead of... And it, like... This is just me holding right on the joystick. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot more than 5 notes on this staff. So I don't think I'd be able to play it on a piano that only has 5 playable keys. 4. Wait. 5 playable keys. Yeah, there's no way I'd be able to play the song myself, like, manually, even if I could read the music. Plus, there was the big white glowy ghost orb thing. But, that really only led me to the first cylinder. And beyond that, I haven't seen it. Maybe there's something over here. I suppose this is one spot I haven't been yet. In loving memory of Prudence Williams, 1852 to 1894, Maid of Sker. May your song live on forever. What a lovely lady. Yeah, this game creeps me out something fierce. Horror games really aren't my scene anyway. But yeah, at this point, I don't even know what to think. I don't even know I don't know what to call this. I feel like I haven't progressed far enough to be able to make a call. I feel like the atmosphere is awesome. If you're into spooky, scary atmosphere, I mean, this game has that in spades. If there's ever a question in your mind of where do I go, what do I do, well, you're gonna find that here. If you're one of those people who likes to just push buttons and figure things out, this might be your scene, because there's plenty of little buttons to push. There's an elevator button. There's little ringing buttons, all kinds of stuff like that. I guess I'm just... Wait, really? I just got an achievement for ringing all the ground floor bells. Huh. Alright. Well, I got a diamond achievement, which I believe is basically like saying that only like less than 10% of people, I'm assuming it's people who have played the game, less than 10% of those people have earned that achievement. So I just got that achievement that less than 10% of people have gotten. And that still didn't help me. I still have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. Can't turn on the lights. I believe I was able to summon the elevator, but I didn't see anything that I could do with it. I couldn't open the door. Couldn't, Can I see my own? Yeah, I can see my shoes down there. I was starting to wonder if I could actually see my own feet. Yep, I sure can. What was that? Oh. I can pull the door shut. Fantastic. Well, I guess that's about it. Just one last thing. One last thing I'm gonna try. Every other door to the manager's office was locked. However, I don't think I ever actually tried this door over here. But if this door's locked, then I'm out. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Door's locked. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. All doors are locked. All doors are closed. I've got one cylinder. I've rang every bell. I summoned the elevator. I read the paintings. Let me read these. There. Now I know where the reception and toilets are. Yeah. I'm at a complete and total loss. Like I said, this was meant to be a short review to help in the case that you might be wondering whether it's worthwhile to get Xbox Live, or rather Xbox Gold, so that you can get Xbox games with gold. The game with gold right now, Maid of Sker, just so happens that it's coming up on Halloween and spooky costume day, and as we're coming up, all right, neat, and as we're coming up on the spoopy day, it happens to be a horror game that comes out just less than a week ago. And, yeah. So happens that the, grand reopening, where is it? Grand reopening dress rehearsal, that's what it was called, took place on the 22nd of October. And today, the day I'm recording this, happens to be the 22nd of October. So, some interesting, neat little tidbits. It's kind of cool. It's very scary. Well, spooky, creepy, unnerving. I don't know. I can't seem to figure out what I'm supposed to do next. Wait, what's this? Ah, the West Wing. I think that was a fairly decent television series. Not the best, not the worst. You know how it is. At this point, I'm starting to feel a little bit numb to the vibrations in the controller when when I'm walking around and when I feel something or see something or hear something kind of out of the corner of my eye or kind of like right behind me. At this point, I'm not even paying attention. And that's the East Wing. I swear I've read every sign. I'm gonna go play the piano. That's the only thing I haven't touched. It's the only thing remaining that I haven't touched. Wait, can I hold the note? Nope. Well, that's about all there is. I'm sure this game has more to offer to somebody who is more versed in horror games such as this. Honestly, Resident Evil was never really my scene. I only really got into the RE series, the Biohazard series, when I started playing Resident Evil 4. I never played Outlast, never really played hardly any horror games at all. I think the one game I voluntarily played was back when I was in high school. I played a game called The Suffering. The game was very gory, very violent, a lot of jump scares, just weird, creepy, unnerving game. Man, it was so very strange. But that was when I was young, and that was when I had friends around me. Right now, I'm in a room alone. The only other person here is my wife, and she's in another room doing her own thing. And you know, I don't know. I can't seem to figure this out. I'm sure a spare set of eyes would help. But yeah, it's a great game for atmosphere. I just don't know where to go. So conveyance-wise, I'm at a complete loss. It's not the worst I've ever had to deal with. You know, it's very pretty. It's great music, great sounds. But if you were into this kind of game, I think it would be well worth your time to check it out if you already have Xbox Live Gold. Definitely check it out. It's only a 6 gigabyte download. I think it's 6.1 gigabytes, and it's a nice spooky game for Spooktober. So yeah, hopefully this wasn't a complete waste of your time to sit and watch me run around in circles, not being able to figure things out. But yeah, horror games not really my scene. I'm not super into the horror genre, and I'm sure there's probably like a very simple puzzle that I'm just not quite getting at the moment. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully this will help you make your decisions when purchasing a game or checking it out or deciding whether or not to get Xbox Live games with Gold. I'll try to do this again the next time a new Gold game comes out. I might start doing this with Xbox Game Pass as well. So if you're into that kind of content, let me know. Also, if anybody knows of a good video editing program that is free to use, maybe let me know. I'll probably look around for myself, and maybe if I find one that I like, I might even, you know, buy a copy, get the full version, or, you know, spend a few bucks on it if it's not too pricey. I'm sure there's some out there that are very affordable, and maybe I'll even get myself something that'll help me connect to the internet better on my computer, since the Ethernet port is broken. But in any case, thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves now. Peace, and God bless.